GolfNewsRI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Golf Dudes Podcast. Just me today. I will be joined by Link Strings owner Fred Evanko later in the show as we talk about the Transfusion Open, but that's coming up in a bit. I'm Joe Calabro. Thanks everybody for tuning in to this episode on a wedding weekend for me and quite a whirlwind of a week for sure. But first, I should tell you that the Golf Dudes Podcast is brought to you by Link Strings, our friend Fred. Link Strings is best known for their transfusion in a can, vodka, ginger ale, and grape juice. They also have two other flavors, the front nine, which I happen to have right here. The front nine and the back nine. So check out Link Strings. They're in about 16 states throughout the country and they're in country clubs everywhere. So check out Link Strings at liquor stores and country clubs near you. And we thank them for their continued support. Lots going on. Obviously, I'm getting married in just a couple of days. From now, what a whirlwind with Kirkbrae catching fire on Monday morning, and we get that. I think GolfNewsRI might have had the best video out of everybody because courtesy of our friend Brian Boulos. So we had that go on. Then pretty much in 2 days or so, by Tuesday morning, we pretty much had a new place to go, and that's going to be obviously Pleasant Valley. So we're excited for that, but certainly not how you draw it up as far as wedding weeks go, but it just makes the story better. So we're happy that everything worked out. Thanks to everybody who offered support, help, whatever it may be. So super excited for that. Super excited to get married on Saturday. And then after that, we're at the high school state championship. So busy few days here for me personally and business-wise, but thanks to everybody for following along. So a few things to get to before we get to Fred. Obviously, like I said, high school season is over. State championship is next Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, as we reported earlier this season, all three championships are going to be decided: girls, boys, and the team. So it's going to be a heck of a 2 days at Cranston CC. Obviously, history on the line when it comes to Max Jackson, but history on the line when it comes to LaSalle. Can they repeat? So it's going to be a great 2 days. GolfNewsRI will have full coverage starting on Tuesday morning and going right through to the end on Wednesday. So that's coming up next week. Stay tuned we'll post some tee times. We'll post some other information once it gets closer, but that's coming up next week. It's two of the best days in golf in Rhode Island as far as watching goes and certainly covering it as well. So high school state championship next Tuesday and Wednesday at Cranston Country Club. The other big thing going on this week, well, two more big things going on this week. One, you might have seen the picture that we posted of Dickson and Davis Chatfield. Pretty cool stuff. They're both in the Korn Ferry Tour tournament this week in Knoxville, Tennessee. As of this taping, they have not teed off yet. Davis Chatfield tees off at like 1:45, I think, Eastern time. Oh, yeah, 1:45. And then Will Dickson has the last tee time of the day at 2:15. So I'm taping this at about 12:40. And so obviously they have not teed off yet. So it should be cool to see. They both have similar tee times for the first 2 days. So that's pretty neat. Obviously, the dream pairing would be obviously them together. But I don't know if that will happen. But hopefully they both make the cut. Hopefully they both play well. And we'll obviously have complete coverage of both of them throughout the weekend here on GolfNewsRI.com. So best of luck to both of them. Will Dickson, obviously, Monday cued in. He finally kind of caught a bit of a break. He in the Monday qualifier, he shot 8 under, and that was only good enough for a playoff. And he ended up getting through the playoff with 3 pars and a birdie to Monday Q for this event. Obviously, it's been a challenging season, I guess I would say, for him this year, second full year as a pro. But that's how it goes. That's golf. So it's good to see him catch a break. Good to see him play well, and hopefully he plays well this weekend on the Korn Ferry Tour. Again, if he makes the cut, he'll get to skip first stage of Q School, which he did last year. So that's coming up this afternoon. So certainly interest there. We'll be watching the leaderboards for sure. The other big story, of course, it starts tomorrow. The College Golf National Championship. Patrick Welch and the University of Oklahoma looking to get the elusive national title. They made it to the championship match, I think, each of the last 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, and they lost both times. So Patrick looking to finish his career strong, his college career anyway, strong, and get that national championship. So that's not going to be on TV. Golf Channel will pick up coverage of it, I believe, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They'll have coverage of the national championship, kind of the playoffs, if you will, in the match. So those are kind of the big things going on. Obviously, we're coming off a PGA championship, which was super exciting. Big win for Brooks Koepka. Obviously, Michael Block stole the show, the club pro from California. And he's playing again this week in Colonial Open. So the Charles Schwab Championship at Colonial. Sorry, that's what I meant. So amazing story. He's done since that PGA Championship. He's done every single interview in the book, with foreplay, with Good Morning America, or whatever, the Today Show, whatever it was. So pretty cool story. And now he's kind of blowing up. He's in 2 more PGA Tour tournaments. This one in the RBC. And we'll see if we can keep it going. But obviously, a great story there. So that is kind of where we are with stuff. We are still working on content plans for when I'm away on my honeymoon. So, but there will be content. Don't worry. GolfNewsRI is not going away just because I'm away. So we're still working that out. And obviously, we'll have coverage next week for the high school state championship, which I didn't want to miss. So I convinced my fiance to push the honeymoon back to June 1st so I could be there. So we're not missing that. We'll have coverage of that, video, all kinds of stuff. So looking forward to that. So that's what we have. That's what's going on the local scene. Obviously, right now we're just watching a lot of things as far as players and stories that are going on. If Kirkbrae update, they're still working every day. They're not sure when the club is going to be open. The golf course is open for play. People have been playing. Tournaments are still on, but they're not sure when we'll be able to get into the clubhouse. Members don't have access to the clubhouse yet. So, but obviously a tough situation for us because it's our wedding week. But I'm thankful that no one was injured. No one, obviously, it was early enough that no one probably was even there, but you never know. So thankful that no one was injured, and thankful that the all in all, the damage wasn't too bad. It's just a lot of water and smoke damage throughout the building. So they're working on that. They're trying to work quickly and trying to speed the process, get the process finished and reopened as quickly as possible. So that's just a quick Kirkbrae update for anyone that was wondering. So there's that. So with that said, I was excited to talk with Fred Evanko today about the Transfusion Open, the Links Drinks Transfusion Open, which is going to be on August 14th, or the Rhode Island Qualifier, I guess. It's going to be on August 14th at Wanumetonomy. We will be there. We're going to team up with Links Drinks in some way, shape, or form. We talked a little bit about that today, but we have a few calls, I think, scheduled for when I come back from my honeymoon, to figure out how we can help, what our role can be, etc. So be sure to sign up for that. And with that, here is Fred Evanko. All right, everybody, joined by the founder of Links Drinks, Fred Evanko. He's got some big news. Links Drinks broke some big news earlier this week that we're really excited to talk to him about. Fred, one, it's good to see you. And two, thanks so much for coming on. Super excited to catch up here.
Yeah, great to see you too, Joe. Happy to be on. Appreciate you having me.
So earlier this week, you guys announced the formation of the Transfusion Open, a golf tournament really across the New England region, pretty much, culminating in the championship at Mohegan Sun, with the winning scramble team going to Pinehurst. So just start from the beginning. How did this kind of come about? When did this come about? How did it come about? Kind of the whole origin.
Yeah. I mean, big news, right? So we're always looking to do different things every year, and my wife and I, we own the business, and we came out the new flavors last year. Yep. We do have some other innovation, but we weren't really prepared to do something again this year. The newer flavors haven't even been a full year. So we were trying to think, what can we do? What's different? What's fun? We're always getting asked to do samplings and tastings at golf events, and big thing in our business is liquid to lips. And so we were like, hey, why don't we run our own tournaments? We ran a charity event for Make-A-Wish for 5 years, so it's nothing. We know how to run an event. I worked in the event space for 20 years. And we just came up with the idea for the Transfusion Open. I mean, there's a lot of other companies have series of events, or some have different kinds of tournaments like this. So we just started brainstorming, and we thought, what, great way to create brand awareness, good tasting opportunity. More importantly, it's just fun, and we wanted to make it kind of like our charity event, where affordable. So if you're coming and you want to win something, you have an opportunity to win a lot of different things, including if you win the event, you're one of the qualifiers, you go to the finals at Mohegan Sun. We cover the hotel room and golf. And if you win that, 1 in 7 chance for a trip to Pinehurst. So, or if you want to just come and have fun, and for a couple $100, you don't want to spend another dime, you come, you play in a fun scramble tournament, drink a lot of transfusions, win some prizes, or get some contests, raffle tickets, things like that, and just have a good day. So we came up with the idea end of last year, beginning of this year, and just decided to run with it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was super excited when I read it. One of my goals eventually for GolfNewsRI is to do like a GolfNewsRI Invitational. So I was excited to see you guys doing something like that, because it certainly gave me certainly motivated me to want to do that, get to that point. But so you guys have 7 qualifiers all over the region. The Rhode Island Qualifier is at Wanumetonomy, which for anyone who's been there, is a beautiful golf course, beautiful place right on the water. I think it's the 11th hole. The 11th hole is going to be one of the coolest tee shots in Rhode Island for sure. It's on New England with the water behind the green. So just talk. I know we talked about the scramble. Just talk a little bit about kind of the individual events, the qualifiers. How can people get involved? And as a gross tournament, as a net tournament, what's the whole kind of deal?
Yeah, so when we started out, we were probably a little too ambitious. So I wanted to do 10 events in the finals. We got a late start. We're busy with the business in general. And so we initially were going to work with almost every state where we have distribution, and we were targeting courses that we have good relationships, or they sell a lot of our product, obviously. We landed on 7 events, mainly New England, Northeast, where we felt we would have a good chance to sell the events out and get good brand awareness. So we have, it's going to be a scramble format. Like I said earlier, we want to keep it simple, and we want people to have fun. And if you're competitive, you get a chance to win. So I call it a competitive scramble format. No handicaps, none of that stuff. We have the 7 events. The first one is in Connecticut, July 13th at Winterberry Hills, which is annually ranked, top 5 courses you can play in Connecticut. We tried to get a good mix of public, some private, local courses that are popular, and of course the courses that we work with. So first one, July 13th at Winterberry Hills. The second one is July 24th at Wachusett. It's a Donna Ross design. That's in Massachusetts. And then July 31st is in New Hampshire at Breakfast Hill. So we got 3 in July. And then we have the other 4 in August. August, let me look, 7th is in Connecticut again at a course called Blackhawk. It used to be Oronoke. It's private. And then we have Cape Cod Country Club on the Cape, August 10th, which is also, if you punch it in one of the courses that comes up as top that you can play on the Cape. That's August 10th. Then the 14th is going to be at Wanumetonomy, private course. They've done some similar events there to ours. They're a good client of ours. And then the last event is August 21st in Maine at the Outlook at Maine. So really fun looking course. I was there a year ago, and they're really into it. They want to do like a hot dog cart before and a little roving bar, and So we wanted to try and get a good mix of the right course that was affordable, accessible. It's $200 per player at every course, and depending on the start time, there's a 2 or 3 that are morning and the rest are afternoon. So if it's a morning event, you'll get a continental breakfast and then lunch after. And if it's a afternoon start, you get a barbecue lunch, and then we just do a quick cocktail after for the prizes. So tried to set it up where, it doesn't kill the whole day and you get a good bang for your buck, and we spread it out across a few different states. So again, scramble format, one winning team from each event. We'll have a second and third place prizes, and we'll have a long drive and closest to the pin and a $10,000 putting challenge and hole-in-one contest, things like that, raffle prizes and all that good stuff, and a nice link string swag bag. But the real deal is the winning team from each qualifier wins a free trip to the finals at Mohegan Sun. Includes hotel room the night before. We'll have a little meet and greet check-in with food and drinks, swag bag, and then golf the next day at Mohegan Sun. 1 in 7 chance to win the grand prize, and the winning team out of those 7 gets a trip to Pinehurst. 2 rounds of golf, I think it is, with 2 hotel nights, 3 rounds of golf, and it includes breakfast and lunch or dinner. So for the foursome. So.
Well, that's awesome. Did I read correctly that somebody, if they really wanted to, could actually play in all the qualifiers? Is that correct? If somebody really wanted to.
Yeah. So listen, we say play in one, play in all. I mean,
that's what I read. I just want to make sure.
You can only qualify once. That's
right, of course.
Let's say you really want the trip badly, and you come in second at the first tournament. Play again, and you come in first, you qualify. You can only qualify once. So if you play in all 7,
of course,
because you want to qualify once, and the second place team goes. So
right.
But yeah, sure, more the merrier. Why not?
Hey. So if somebody really wants to, you guys can all travel all over the region and play in all these different qualifiers and see how good you really are.
Right, those big fans of the Link Strings Transfusion. Our groupies.
Drinking Link Strings as you go.
That's right.
Talk about the teaming up with Mohegan Sun and how that kind of came together. Obviously, what I think was cool about it, one of the things, was that you guys are doing like kind of like a cocktail hour type reception for everybody. It's kind of like almost like a networking event of sorts at the beginning, and then obviously the tournament. But just talk about kind of teaming up with Mohegan Sun, working with them, and then obviously getting the grand prize at Pinehurst, which I think is going to catch a lot of people's attention in this whole.
I missed the first part of your question. Was there something else aside from the Mohegan Sun Pinehurst thing, or not?
No, I was just saying, what I think was what's cool. One of the things that's cool about this is that at least at Mohegan Sun, for sure, there's kind of like a reception for everybody, kind of a cocktail reception. I think you hinted at it. It's kind of almost like a networking event of sorts for all the teams and people. So I thought that was really neat. Just talk about teaming up with them, and then obviously how the Pinehurst thing kind of came into the pictures. Obviously, I think that's going to catch a lot of people's attention.
Yeah. Well, we were trying to find a place where you could include hotel rooms and golf. So you've got a couple of casino courses here in Connecticut. Reached out to both. I know the head pro at Mohegan Sun Golf Club, great guy. I know him from my event days. So that just seemed like a really good choice. It's kind of central to it's northern Connecticut, so closer to the other states. That seemed like a decent central spot. So yeah, we like to just do it right and have fun. And so 7 teams, 28 players will qualify. So they'll get the hotel room, and we figured check in the night before the tournament. We'll give everybody a gift bag and some food and drinks, and still a work in progress, but thinking probably have each team pull out of a hat their starting time, because it's going to be tee times. So I don't want to give anybody an advantage over the other. And we're doing live scoring at all the events in the finals as well, so that'll be fun. But yeah, so that was the reason for Mohegan Sun, and they're a good partner of ours for our product as well, of course. And then the Pinehurst trip was just trying to, you see some other grand prizes, different trips, what was reasonable, without including airfare, because we're covering the cost of the Mohegan Sun finals and the trip to Pinehurst. So again, kind of more northeast. You don't have to hop on a plane if you want to go to Pebble Beach. It's definitely a great resort. So they have like a Donald Ross package, and we're gonna do a gift card for the amount. And sometimes of the year you actually will get more bang for your buck, but we'll cover enough for any time of the year for the package. And if you wanted to upgrade to Pinehurst #2, it would cover the cost of that too. So I think it's pretty all inclusive, aside from getting yourself there, driving or flying or whatever. But
Yeah, that's awesome. So we're super excited about it. We talked before we started recording just about different things that GolfNewsRI can contribute and help you guys out with, or obviously promote the event. So we're super excited about that. The Rhode Island Qualifier is on August 14th at Wanumetonomy, so you can sign up through the Link Strengths website. There's also a link on our website in the article, and there'll be a link in this particular podcast article as well for people to click through and sign up. It's scramble, 4-man scramble teams. So it's totally a fun event, totally a stress-free-ish kind of event, unless you're in contention and you're really trying to get that W, which I imagine everybody is.
Some people will, yeah, right.
Really cool. I'm really excited for it. Really excited for you guys at Link Strengths to be able to do something like this. Obviously, this is your big thing. You hinted at other innovations. I don't know how much you can say, if anything, but how's everything going with Link Strengths? I know you guys are growing rapidly. I see your Facebook pages and Instagram pages. You guys are all over the place. Yeah. We didn't have a booth at the golf show this year, but I was there. I missed you. I must have just missed you personally, but
Right.
How are things going?
PGA or the Boston Golf Show?
The Northeast Golf Show. Sorry.
Northeast Golf Show.
Excuse me. But just yeah. How are things going with Link Strengths? What's new and exciting? You guys, like I said, you guys are all over the place. I see. So that's awesome to see.
Yeah, I mean, things are good. We're growing slowly. Business has been great. I mean, we're still in 16 states. We didn't add any new states this year. We're really trying to focus on our backyard. Local Northeast, and New York, New Jersey, up to Maine, Vermont. It's been, and that's seemed to pay off. We're doing the tournament, obviously. You can register through our website, or we have a separate site as well, Transfusionopen.com. I know that's a mouthful, but
all right.
And of course, plenty of transfusions at every event, for sure. We do have some other drinks that are lined up when we're ready. Probably not yet, not for this year. We might do a variety pack soon towards the end of the summer. Mm-hmm. But like I said, we just came out with the new flavors around about this time last year. Yep. So we have the classic transfusion that a lot of golfers know, vodka, ginger ale, grape juice. We launched that. That's the front 9. We launched in 2019. We're the first people to put a transfusion in a can, ready to drink version. And then the new flavors are the front 9 that you just showed with orange juice, perfect for the morning rounds, like we say, and the back 9 with cranberry juice, which is kind of like your year-round vodka cranberry. And listen, family-owned business, husband and wife team, local Connecticut company. We're having fun with it, and so far so good.
Awesome, Fred. Thanks so much for joining me today. Check out the Transfusion Open. The Rhode Island Qualifier is August 14th at Wanumetonomy. You can sign up through the Link Strengths website. We'll also have links to it on GolfNewsRI.com as well to make it easier for people, and through this podcast. So super excited. We're looking forward to being part of it in some way. I know we'll have plenty of discussions in the coming weeks or months or whatever it may be after I get married. And then
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's more important, most important.
Yeah. And so looking forward to being down at Wanumetonomy for that. Hopefully playing and hopefully winning.
You got to play, of course. Yeah. And by the way, we are looking for sponsors or donations, paid, unpaid. Obviously we could promote at the course prior, do press release, on-course signage. Again, just looking for various ways to promote the event, support the event, make it better, have good prizes, things like that. So we're always interested in partnerships if anybody out there is looking for something different and new like this.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great event. Hopefully the weather will be great, and hopefully a Team GolfNewsRI will win. But We'll stick to that for later. Fred, thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Best of luck with everything. And looking forward to talking to you in the near future about a variety of different things regarding obviously the tournament. So thanks so much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Appreciate the support, and congrats and good luck with the wedding this weekend.
All right, thanks to Fred Evanko of Links Drinks for joining me. Really fun to catch up with him, and really looking forward to the Transfusion Opens getting started. Again, the round one is August 14th at Wanumetonomy. You can sign up through the Links Drinks website, and there'll also be links in this article on GolfNewsRI.com, so you can click through there too if it's easier. So hopefully everyone signs up. Hopefully to see a lot of people there. We are tentatively planning to have a team at the event and try to win. So hopefully we can put that together, but certainly looking forward to that. And yeah, and that's all I got. It's time for me to go get married. So hopefully if you're coming to the wedding, we'll see you there. And for those, if not, we will talk to you next time. I don't know what the schedule is for the Golf Dudes podcast for the next 2 weeks. We are trying to figure that out and see what we can do. There most likely will be something next Thursday. I leave for Aruba next Thursday for our honeymoon, but there most likely will be some type of podcast next Thursday, for sure. So there's at least that. Then the Thursday after that, I'm not really sure. We haven't gone there yet. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks everybody for the continued support of GolfNewsRI.com. And we will talk to you throughout the week, throughout the weekend. Big weekend in local golf, both on the Patrick Welch scene and in the pros. So we definitely want to keep track of that. Keep our eye on those leaderboards. And good luck to everybody contributing. Good luck to everybody playing in their respective tournaments. This has been the Golf Dudes Podcast. I'm Joe Calabro. We will talk to you next time.